Okay, so I'm going to start what I hope to be a series called Pro Player Analysis, where I go over the top player for every single team that is playing in the upcoming major. The first player I'm going to focus on is Angel from HellRaisers. He has the best rating of the team. He is also the IGL, and he has been on the team for the longest amount of time. He's been on the team since 2014. He's 27 years old. He has a lot of experience. I'm pretty sure he's been on Virtus Pro also, some other teams, before VP is what it is today. He's been around. And so I'm going to be going over, from his point of view, how he plays. And I'm going to be going to their latest match in the professional scene, which was against Cloud9 on Overpass to knock Cloud9 out of the major. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring up the game now. I've watched this game before. I haven't watched it entirely from Angel's point of view. I actually watched most of Cloud9's point of view, though. Figured... Sorry about that. Figured it would be more interesting. I know Cloud9's players better in terms of just how they play. I watched a bunch of their demos. So... yeah, this should be entirely from... Okay. I'll try to go over minimally like strats also that I noticed. Just since he's the IGL, he's probably making some calls, but I'm mainly going to be focusing on his score, or I mean how he plays, kind of his frags, how he gets them, how he helps out in the round. Seems like they do a B stack to start. Now he's moving towards long pretty aggressively. This is kind of an interesting play, going up this deep with the USP. I guess it's for information. Also, it could potentially flank anyone in bathrooms, but I think he's getting the call right now that they're going out to the B side. His teammates are getting flashed. Pretty smart of him to check that. Actually, it's pretty kind of bad on Skadoodle to not even not get that kill. I think that was pretty easy for him. So yeah, he patiently waited outside of connector, waited for his team to get on site. He knew that his teammates would pressure site, so the guy at a catwalk wouldn't be able to help that much because they know he has to help site. More importantly, and yeah, he gets the one guy that's watching him. He didn't really contribute to that. It may not seem like he contributed to that site push, but by drawing the cat guy, it puts, I think nothing was there, puts him in a really bad spot. So his patience really paid off there. I think most players would just kind of run into short, try to get the flank fast or something, when in fact Angel knew to be patient there and just let his team kind of start the play. Seems like he's making the read for his team to start heading towards A. There's no fast B presence at all. No one even got into water, so I think he can safely assume this. It's interesting he keeps kind of getting these pushed up angles. Yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. He did that at long. He did it now. I mean, you're against pistols. You got to know you're against an eco. They can one-shot kill it, and that's exactly what happened to him. It's nice to play a little off angle with an ump or something, but to just push in the bathroom right there at headshot level, that's just really hard. It's really difficult to expect anything out of that unless you're able to hold the angle before they get there. Even if you do, though, they can just swing out from short A and just tap you in the face, and you're dead instantly again. It was a good read, but I think his positioning there was pretty bad. Okay, spamming through that. I think he probably has that lined up somehow. Let's see actually if his bullets are going straight there. Yep, going right into the little tunnel. I wonder if he's going to get aggressive again. I think, yeah, since Cloud9 planted first round, they're on a bye here. I think he's aware of that, though, so I don't think he wants to get too aggressive, even though it makes more sense to get aggressive here than it did last round. This position is very good. I think if you have some kind of teamwork play, like a bait and switch kind of setup, it can be effective. Like if you had a teammate, I think playing sight, and if they actually come from long, it's okay. But it's still kind of a one and done spot at best. From here, it's really hard to rotate back on a side or anywhere safe. You pretty much have to rely on your teammate bailing you out if something goes awry. But if there's kind of a coordinated hit on the A bomb side, it's really difficult to make that spot effective at all. That pop flash was pretty much useless. They weren't even on site yet. I mean, it's hard to have a perfect flash there or anything like that, but I think if he pop flashed into the smoke and push towards long, that might have been a better play. But regardless, he's in a really sticky situation just because of his positioning. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it either. The scoreline for this game, I think if you watched the qualifiers, you would know that HellRaisers does win this game, but Angel actually gets the highest ADR for this entire game. Actually, Skadoodle might beat him, but he's definitely the highest for HellRaisers in their win. I didn't have the best overall rating. I think Dead Fox might have had a better rating than him for this single game, but in terms of just pure damage, Angel was on top. He had a lot of deaths, so I want to see where that goes. Oh, that's great. That really helps out his guys' monster. Just getting another smoke towards there. Now he's playing close because he has a 5-7 and nothing else. He knows he has to take the aim duel. Smart. Not sure why he looked away like that, but probably for sound positioning. Just so he can hear things better. When you move your head and if there's sounds around you, it's a lot easier to tell exactly where the sounds are coming from. Because the sounds in this game are just so wonky. It shouldn't be like that, but that's just how it is. So he's just staying right here. I think this little peak right there would reveal if someone's foot were on the sandbag. I'm not sure it's much more than that. That's great. That's a great opening kill. It's kind of as much as you could ask for with the 5-7 in that position. Yeah, he kind of did what he could with his limited resources. Okay, so his team's on a save. Let's see what kind of push they do. Looks like they're already geared up to go towards A together. They have... Wow, he actually ran backwards. Okay, so they have one flash. Just jump spotting. Pretty typical. Since they have pistols, they know they have to get a little aggressive. Looks like his teammates are following him up here, yeah. So he's going to be the entry on this. And yeah, they're getting a bunch of information right now. They know it's got to be an A hit now, if no one's outside B at all like this. I think it's usually safe to assume on an anti-eco, most teams are going to go long. So it's pretty nice to get that kind of info too, because then you're pretty geared up towards it. Going through bathrooms can just be a slaughter if they actually stack bathrooms on an eco round. Too many close angles for pistols to just do exactly what they're meant to do. Just get those close range headshots. He actually hit someone with that spam. I think he hit another person too. So he's just running around being a nuisance, hoping he's... I guess, I mean, it's pretty difficult. I mean, if Cloud9's doing a proper execute, they threw a bunch of Molotovs, they threw a smoke for CT. There aren't too many spots on the site for 5 pistols to hang out at, so you kind of have to just find your own spots, which is just kind of being a nuisance and running around like this, just kind of spamming, hoping for a lucky headshot or something. It's an eco. You're just trying to be a little random. It's weird he elects to get a HE grenade over a flash bang. I guess he just knows nade spots pretty well. Does the same throw. It's weird how he jumped what looked like after he threw it. I guess it's kind of for a jump peek right after he throws it. It's a nice little spam. Okay, I like this play. I like that he's trying to go long now, trying to get some information. If someone throws that smoke... Actually, I don't see that smoke very often. I don't know how I'd read it. I'd probably peek through it. It usually is saying, don't come here. And it looks like they're going B, though. I think his peek allowed for a slightly quicker rotate. Actually, I'm not even sure, because they were already... It seemed like Cloud9 was already on site based on the radar positions. Okay, so now it's a 3v3. Oh, his team really bailed him out there. He just kind of ran up. I think they could have used Styko had a smoke that whole time. They could have easily smoked off short that and just I think they might have won that. I don't know if that's... I mean, it's not Angel's fault, obviously, but I think if his team had a little more awareness of their utility, it could have been a lot different. Can't really complain too much about him rotating off early or anything like that, because he kind of ended... The execute kind of happened, and he ended up kind of where he was going to be if he were helping anyways. He had one HE grenade, so it wouldn't have really changed too much, unless he had a perfect HE grenade, I mean. But, yeah. Now they're doing a connector stack. This is a pretty classic bait and switch here. Just usually the guy up on the stairway in front of him, Bondic, would get contact first. He's going to fall back, and then Angel should swing out wide after that contact, and then he could pick up an easy kill. If Shroud's default is to go here, though, he should have seen this 1,000 times, but it still works. So, yeah, pretty good. Stewie actually pushed from the top at the same time. That was pretty good of them, but still, it just was a 1-for-1 trade. Oh no! Wow, that was a really great shot. That's too bad. Those were two pretty nice kills. I don't think there's any way to get around that. He had low health, and the guy was just watching that. You don't want to just jump out, because there's so many angles that anyone can be in that water area. Oh, it's moving so fast. And if you just jump out... here... Oh, geez, no wonder. If you just jump out right here, you're going to get caught by anyone that's actually just holding the angle, and you're not going to have any accuracy, so it's not a wise idea. Oh, man. Now my frames are really low. It's not that important, but it looks worse for sure. That's a nice little off. That's a nice off angle again. I don't think anyone's gonna be pushing long and expect someone to be right there. Usually, if anyone's anywhere, it's right here. So this is a nice spot. And also, this is kind of some fake little cover. It makes the shot just a little more difficult for terrorists. Anything that kind of disrupts your crosshair placement is pretty nice, like this. So when people are aiming at him, it makes it a little more difficult. And he was able to get some nice damage right there. I think the only problem is if they swing out really wide back at the rock, you're in a pretty bad position, but it's not too hard to fall off either. Yeah, he doesn't jump with it. He just jumps for whatever reason. Oh, they have no idea Stewie actually made it. Or I don't think they do, at least. So he's playing this really passively. Not even really shouldering or anything. They might be afraid of there being an op posted up on catwalk. It's kind of a common play nowadays. Just having someone watch if anyone's moving on the B bomb site. Get you a nice entry kill. Okay, so he knows the smokes are coming over, the flashes are coming over, time to throw his Molotov. Now he's just ready to fight. They're not really flash or anything. Oh, he gets some nice... That Molotov really helps him out too. Stewie classically pushing the smoke in Stewie fashion. Gets Angel a nice 2k. That's really forcing the issue. I guess Cloud9 didn't have much time at that point. But that was so easily thwarted. They didn't really bait enough utility earlier in the round to make that work. Just doing a late execute like that is pretty bad. I'm not talking about Angel here, of course. I'm talking about Cloud9. But yeah, Angel did exactly what he should have. Threw the Molotov just to stop the exec. He held on to that one piece of utility late into the round so that if he sees an exec, he can easily use it. Also, if he had to retake A, he would have had that. Probably to Molotov bathrooms or some other kind of spot. It's really, really smart of him to just keep that. And then the shots just came to him. They weren't really impressive or anything, but he just held the smoke like he was supposed to. Oh, that's a nifty boost. Did he see him though? Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, he did. Bad nade. Yeah, I think he knows Cloud9 got away. It's nice of them to leave Shroud here. You can potentially just pick off people rotating through. Oh, okay, that's too bad for him. But yeah, they know it's at A, so let's see how they do this 2v2. They should be aware of each other's resources right now. They have a lot to work with. Great Molotov to make them go this way. Skadoodle knows exactly where they are. Yeah. I don't know why he didn't clear that exactly. He just kind of was... Might have been one of those things where he looked at his radar, because he kind of just like zoned out right there and he was just jumping straight. It didn't seem like he was actually looking at anything in particular. He didn't even peek this very well. Just kind of was looking right there. Maybe... Oh, we probably thought someone was on the stairs because they threw that Molotov and were holding it. But still, he's just jumping. It's kind of funky. The only time he goes for any real sort of water regression is on ecos, and it's letting Stewie get to this nice position every time, and he has no idea that Stewie even got there, maybe ever. But Stewie's always in this really posted up position. If Cloud9 realized how easy it was to get Stewie there, they might want to put Skadoodle there. and set up some op presence. It's just really effective to catch people on the B site, moving around with that. This is okay. All right. If he pushed into that bathroom, I would have been kind of frustrated with him. You have a man advantage. You don't want to just give it up by pushing into the bathroom, potentially get caught by someone holding something. That was a weird demo glitch. Okay, they have a lot of utility. 3 Molotovs, 4 flashbangs, a smoke grenade. This really should not be a hard retake at all. Yeah, Molotov that. Flash over. I don't know if his team's ready, though, to push in. So, and now he just got blinded by... I guess it didn't matter that much since I think they used... Yeah, they used 2 of their Molotovs to molly pit and short. He knew he could only get peeked by, I think, one thing. I think he had some guys in heaven, so he knew he couldn't really get peeked from this side very easily. He had to just pretty much just watch this area and kind of up close to him. So... No, his team was probably moving it from heaven, actually. So, they probably called him to flash. He really likes those hand grenades. I'm pretty sure he could have bought... Yeah, he definitely could have bought a Molotov, but he likes just throwing it in that little tunnel right there. I wonder why he decides against it. Maybe... Oh, actually, I have no idea. Probably because last time it didn't work. But that was pretty different. So it's a 5v5 post plant. HellRaisers has a decent amount of utility. I wonder if they keep throwing these flashes and not doing too much with them. I guess they still have a bunch, but like maybe it's to get them boosted up there or something, but it doesn't... it's okay, I guess, then. Stewie just loves pushing that smoke. Evie does it in pro matches too. What? Okay, well, they only got 2 kills. I don't know if he's too hasty to rotate or what. Maybe he's getting calls or something. It's hard for me to really make the call there. Maybe they have some read on Cloud9, but he really likes to leave B pretty fast. And Cloud9's already done that late B exec, so maybe he's trying to think ahead, think they're not going to do that again, but they just did it again. They just did a late B hit, and he wasn't there this time. And with all the news about how Stewie's running out of strats and matches and whatnot, you'd kind of think they'd recycle ideas. So it's just kind of strange that he's like leaving so quickly. Maybe he just doesn't trust his A guys to hold it. Maybe they've had problems in scrims, but it shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, to just retake A also with a good amount of utility, I guess. Actually, B is the easier retake, in my experience. Oh, that's a pretty nice flash. Oh, dang. Skadoodle just hit a great shot. That would have been a pretty nice jump peek, but I think Since Skadoodle's an opera, he knows people jump peek that a lot. So he just kind of watches for those things. Also, it's just a great shot. I mean, just gotta give it to him. So they're doing a 3 towards long, 1 towards short. If he'll probably flash over his 2 teammates or something. Yeah, this is a set flash. Let's see where it lands. Yeah, that should have been a great flash, but Skadoodle or Shroud, whoever it was over there, Skadoodle, just completely not blind because he was behind that wall right there. And then Angel moves into bathrooms. Yeah, Cloud9 might know that there's one more towards A because of that flash. But that's pretty hard to read, so... But it is smart for Skadoodle to be holding this. That's kind of what Skadoodle does best, holding things. Jeez. He's just waiting for someone to jump peek. Something I don't think Cloud9 has ever done is jump peeked that particular wall this whole half. So this is kind of interesting. I guess he's just... I don't know. Man, what are these strats? What is the strat? Just... Does the strat have nothing run through a smoke to get onto B? It's so crazy. It worked because just like 3 people or 4 people piled through it, but... I don't even think he was that blind. It was an interesting position to be right here. Also, though, I don't think it's that hard to kill anyone standing there, though. Especially if your long guys die, you're in a really bad spot. You have to jump over the wall to get back, and that can sometimes be... It's not a hard jump, but it's just something that leaves you exposed for a while. I think with 15 HP, he should have actually been playing in pit. Just playing a headshot angle or something. That spot is just impossible to hold when you have so little health. Any body shot, even a leg shot, is going to kill you. You really just could move towards pit. I'm not trying to even critique him. I'm trying to see how he played this so well because he had a really good score and rating, but those are just things you can take note of when you're playing. Once you have low HP, just play a headshot angle. Almost always, or try to. You shouldn't be just kind of exposed like that. He was standing next to a box that you could even just shoot through, and any random shot might have killed him, and he might have just been taken out of the round before he even saw anyone. It's just kind of silly. This is a funky strat. They had sent, looks like 2 or 3 towards A in the beginning. They fake up by having Angel... What was that? By having Angel go through connector, clear it, and now they kind of know roughly that they still have A control. And Cloud9 would have to get aggressive to even discover that they don't anymore. So they're doing a late B hit, but doesn't seem like Cloud9 moved too much. I guess they did. I guess they, yeah, actually they did. They did move towards it. I saw a decoy on the radar, so.
What the fuck? I got raped.
Oh my god, nothing. This is a G-rated stream right now. Oh, this is nice. Just kind of a counter-strafe peek kind of thing. Oh, jeez. Those were really nice. Just kind of doing those little shots as soon as you peek and then strafing back. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody. So Angel likes to get the ump on second buys. I think it seemed. I mean, just judging from this game, it seems like some of his players like the cheap rifles, like the Famous, and he and Psycho like the ump. And they just decided to do a B hit with the. I think Psycho's probably entering. If they're doing things right. Yeah, he's just jumping all over the place. And Cloud9 did a bathroom stack. I think Angel's got it. Yeah, he's got to think that people are going to be rotating through connector. If they stacked A, they probably got in somewhat aggressive positions. It's really hard for pistols to be just holding all the way back on A bomb site. So if they're not anyone at B, it's almost always going to be a bathroom stack. It's either a connector like bait and switch, a bathroom stack, or a long push. Those are the three like anti-eco or eco strats I kind of see the most. Does that even go through? Wait, actually, I want to see if he dies. Oh, it does. Okay. I wonder how much damage that does. So that was really nothing happened that round at all. I mean, just both teams are moving around each other. Pretty simple. And Cloud9 kept their whole. I'm pretty sure they lost nothing, so they're just getting some flashbangs. And Angel didn't really have to rebuy much of anything. I think he just threw the decoy for a different grenade. Now Cloud9 would like to do the B stack. Just kind of weird. You think, are you really going to think they're going to run the exact same thing again at this level? But they do. And it seems to be paying off. So it's a pretty slow B hit. Angel's responsible for two things right now, which makes this kind of hard on him, but he's just too good. That was really nice. He had pretty low health, was against two guns. That flash was great. That really caught them. So yeah, just bouncing off this into the pit. I guess he's assuming... I don't know if he thought two guys were there or what, but geez, he really worked him there. And he's electing not to upgrade his gun, which is kind of surprising. I guess with this kind of game, a 9-9 game, you might want to just try to get this freebie round. You still have a lot of money in the bank. I want to see where this goes. Wow. Smokes off long bathroom. That's pretty cool. But it still leaves this open. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. I feel like if it went right in front, that would make more sense. The whole point of doing it is to fake that there's people out towards party and whatnot, but it's not really a fake if they can just see through it. And then, yeah, everyone went towards B. Upgrading to a Galil. The America Galil. Now it's a 3-on-3. And Cloud9 is devoid of information, so they don't really know what to do, I guess. I mean, they're kind of in the rotator positions. Let's see. Stewie's on site. Skadoodle's in the heaven. Back to Angel. This is pretty good. Just delaying it a long time, making Cloud9 guess. You gotta think that Cloud9... Oops. You gotta think Cloud9 rotated after all of what was happening earlier to B, and then they kind of have to slowly move back, and then just kind of doing a late B hit. Jeez, Angel's aim is just pretty great. I felt like he should have been pre-aiming that, but...
Fuck, I guess I heard water.
But still, they just hit that so cleanly. It's pretty nice. I guess another reason for keeping the ump is that CTs usually aren't going to buy head armor, so it's still pretty good gun if they don't have head armor. One nice headshot can do a lot. This is a good spot, but over here, not right here. Over here, you're pretty susceptible. I mean, as you just saw, he's pretty susceptible to getting killed from there. The guy up here has a nice little. It's not that hard for him to see this, but if you're actually just jammed into this corner, you're pretty safe from anyone coming out heaven, and they actually have to either swing out very wide to see you, which just leaves them very exposed, and not many people would like to do that, or they have to jump out. And when they're jumping out, obviously you can kill them as they're falling. And I really don't see when people are retaking this for them to move all the way to this corner to try to spot you. Normally, if you push out, you're kind of hugging this right wall, looking at this, looking at these things. This spot's just really good. That's all I'm trying to say. But he was playing it kind of wrong. He was playing it a little too far out. Not sure the reasoning behind that is. I guess it's unexpected because people just don't do that. Usually people jam themselves into that little corner, but you can catch them sometimes, I guess, if you're out a little bit. It's almost like an off angle, but the thing is it's not that much of an off angle that it'll be that much crosshair disruption. Oh, that was a messed up flash. That's a pretty bad CT smoke. I'm not sure if he knows how bad that is. Oh, that was cool. Dude. Okay, so he's entering onto the site. Shroud just hit some really good shots there, and he got pretty destroyed. Those were really nice shots from Shroud, actually. I think that was 2 headshots. I don't think he did anything wrong there. I think someone has to enter onto the site, and that's going to happen. Maybe just strat-wise, someone should throw another flash. But Angel didn't do anything wrong. He's got to just get some space for his team when he enters like that. It's pretty cool. He's the entry fragger and the IGL. You don't always see that. So he clears connector every round, and then he also tries to get water, it seems like, depending on if they're mostly going B, so this makes sense. It's a nice flash to get his teammates outside long. Then he flashes behind the pillar to also blind anyone in sight. The flash is pretty much perfect. And now he just holds this. Pretty solid exec coming out of HellRaisers. It's not even too resource intensive. I wasn't paying attention to what everyone else was throwing, but it just seemed like a side smoke. I'm not sure if there was a heaven smoke. Probably should have been, but I actually don't think so. He may have overpeaked there. It's good to help. I don't think anyone's gonna. I think his teammates were fighting, so it's not the worst thing to do. But you kind of need that one person who's gonna play the bomb, clutch the round out. Sometimes it's not that bad though. It's he did some damage. He made people kind of look in other directions and whatnot. It's okay if he calls like all 4 guys peek now or something, because I think it was a 4-on-4, 4-on-3. Yeah, his whole team can just peek out at the same time. Everyone is shooting everyone, and Cloud9 has to advance, so they're going to be in some pretty bad spots. I think there were 2 on the short or the catwalk or sidewalk right here. There's a guy Pit or something, then a guy Graffiti or something hanging back even farther. I think the guy hanging back or one of the guys on sidewalk killed him. But if his teammates are fighting, yeah, it's totally fine to do that. That was a pretty big buy from Cloud9. Oh gosh. I don't even know how Stewie died. Probably a dead fox. Just judging off of HP. So they're taking things slowly this round. Angels just throws the smoke for connector. Keeps anyone in connector guessing. They do that little bait and switch strat thing. It doesn't nullify it, but it just kind of gets them guessing more. While he's down there, yeah, I think he expects them to be doing it. And if they're consistent, looks like Angel is. Oh, thought he would go first. It looks like he's going back. Probably realized Zero needed help. Shouldn't just leave one guy here by himself. They're just taking things slowly, actually. You might know Cloud9 like to do some kind of late bathroom aggression or something, but this is cutting it kind of close. And then Angel's just entering to the site. Timeout. Nothing too crazy that round. I mean, it's just pretty standard anti-eco to go slowly and go towards long A. So they did just that. They did just that. So he's faking connector presence to start. They decided to all group up. And then coming from the top. That's pretty good. Since he throws the smoke in the flash, you're going to think that someone's in this kind of hallway here. And so anyone that's in connector is kind of going to be geared towards that. They might be playing here, they might be playing here. But since Angel just pretty much he didn't book it, but he went pretty quickly from the other end, this guy's not going to feel safe coming down and exiting through a door because he thinks that Angel or whoever's connector is going to be right here. But so he would just get him from the other side. He's basically flanking the guy that he faked out. Angel's the solo short guy. He's just making sure everything's clear. Everything is. Cloud9 just play on site. And now I'd really like to see. Okay, wow. Okay, exactly what I would do. I mean, you just fall back as soon as the bomb's planted to short. If the bomb's planted for you guys, there's no reason to keep taking these fights at CT. He's just throwing some spam out, making them approach a little slower. That was a pretty aggressive peek, but worked for him 1-for-1. That's usually okay in a post plant, but obviously you usually want more than that. I mean, but I think if they played farther back and everyone went towards short, this kind of could have worked. This Bondit guy was actually in a pretty good spot, but I think he got pushed back from long and back into the bathrooms. He tried biting off more than he could chew there. Just I mean, he fought Stu, he got the kill, but then he got naded. The nade isn't always going to be there, so usually you can fall back to that little flower pot headshot angle and you'll be fine. But still, that peek got him dinked, and I feel like if you're dinked at that point, I don't know, it's just a really aggressive peek to make when I don't think there's much reason to do it. If you just play back, let them come to you, it's super easy to hold that angle. You have a headshot angle, they have to swing out wide on you. It's a tough shot for them, it's not that bad for you. You have their whole body exposed. You could have just played like that, but I'm not sure what happened at long or at the other guy bathrooms to make his play either worth it or not worth it. I wonder if his flash didn't work, because or if Zero just went too late, because he threw that flash over pretty much how he always does, and yet Zero couldn't get anything done over there. He's gotta be thinking save at this point. Oh no. Uh-oh. I feel like when you... It's kind of nitpicky, but if you're saving like that, and you know the round's ending, you gotta think either people are holding this, everyone's holding the site, or they're flanking you at that point, because they know how much time's on the clock also, so they can be pushed up totally behind you. It's kind of, I think he just kind of stopped thinking at the end of that round, just pulling his knife out, trying to jump away. If he just stayed in bathroom, he already got a kill. He knows that if anyone tries to go for him, they have to go from truck at the very closest. So it's not the most necessary thing. Anyways, though, his shot was on Skadoodle was pretty nice, just holding that angle, knowing he'd peek it. It's too bad his team couldn't get on the side, or whatever his strat was didn't work. I think he would have been in a pretty good position to just hold that. So he decides to not go connector this time. I think this is the first time he went short A, at least with like a gun round kind of thing. Or actually, no, they've... oh no, that was on CT side. So HellRaisers likes getting control of connector, but I don't think they're doing enough with it. Usually, the reason you want connector control is to control the rotations from that position, and they aren't really... They did that one fake last round, but that might have been it. The other times, they're not really using it as much. They're just kind of making sure it's clear. I don't know if they're exploiting the full value of it. Okay, boost his teammate up. Nice little jump there. Just using the curve of the pipe to get out that nice little air strafe out, I guess. I don't even think you have to air strafe actually, but regardless, pretty good movement. Strat just didn't seem to work. No one got into the bomb side at all though. So it's a pretty quick A hit. I think his molly messed up though. I think I was supposed to go towards this direction, but the smoke made it hard for him to know exactly what it was doing. That's a pretty good play. He likes to not shoot. I mean, that's just a hard shot, so it's not like I don't think he's electing, but he doesn't shoot. He knows the guy went to the pit, and then he decides to just wide peek him after that because the smoke's covering. If this guy just ran out like this, he can kind of, he's gonna see this area right here, and if he doesn't spot any, if he doesn't react to it, he knows that I think it was nothing. That nothing can see him, so he can just peek out, kill him, hopefully get back. But unfortunately, he kind of overstayed his welcome on that short area and got caught. Their post plants seem kind of shaky, actually. Well, the second round, just everyone stayed alive, but every time they've planted, they've actually lost. Other than when they just Actually, wait, that might not be true. No, I don't know if that's true or not. But maybe just lately. The thing at A, they didn't do very well. And then that one, just too many guys on the site. People kind of move back to the long pit. It's a lot easier to hold it. You don't have to watch so many things, worry about too many things. The nades for Cloud9 aren't going to be as effective when you're holding a little farther back in retaking. So he decides to go short again. It's just a full-out A hit. He doesn't have any more nades, so he's going to probably have to just run onto the bomb site. Or he's going to probably clear out this whole area like he did last time and just post up on those flower pots. It's flashed in there. Yep, it's the same kind of exec again. I guess they knew it worked, but they just didn't play the post plant very well, so they're confident they can do it this time. And they're getting a few more entry frags here. Dang, Bondic just went crazy, just running in there. And he decides to play this angle, or this little one and done corner over the flower pot. Maybe
Really fast.
Oh my god.
This was like 2 feet away.
Oh my god. And they're hunting him. They don't have too much money, but I guess they know that. I don't know what they know about Cloud9's money, but it worked out. So many timeouts. So he threw that bathroom smoke again. Let's see if it actually lands right. Oh, so that's how it's supposed to land. Okay. Yeah, the last one, I guess he aimed too far to the right or whatever. So last time they did this, they actually... Oh, dang, it goes out dry, so Stewie playing counterflash isn't even aware of... I mean, isn't even looking. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay.
I think I should pop that guys here.
Another timeout. Dang, going out dry is so ballsy. If there's an opper holding it, you're just dead. Any good opper is just going to hit that shot. And I'm sure Skadoodle is more than capable of hitting it. So... Going for the connector play. Always throws the smoke. Usually throws the flash too now. No flash. I don't even think he properly cleared, or he didn't completely clear that. I guess he's just gambling on the fact that no one's gonna kill him. I'm not a fan of that, but it's interesting nonetheless. Just deciding to run through. Maybe he values that more. I guess if someone starts fighting him and didn't kill him, what his teammate can do is kill them from the above area, because they're coming down the stairs a bit. Okay, now they actually abuse connector a little bit. Something went a little awry for them at B, and they just quickly get back into the bathrooms. And now Cloud9 is kind of stuck on B. They got to think that there's some kind of there might be some kind of presence here still, since they actually faked that before. This is a pretty nice call overall. Just I don't think that molly was supposed to land on top. It's probably supposed to go behind it, but. Yeah, they use the quick rotation really well. Oh. I guess he was able to see through this. Or no, he just spammed it, I remember. I remember seeing that live. Oh yeah, this is where nothing drops his gun, and yep, just dies. Alright, so I'm gonna try to sum this up. What kind of player is Angel. So in on CT sides, he's the rotator, so he gets to use his own judgment a lot to try to find kind of where are the T's hitting, where are they going, and since he's going to be always kind of that person that's like not the initial two at a bomb site, he'll be like the third rotator guy. He can pick up a lot of those kind of easier frags where a team executes, they go into the bomb site. Bondik's in a good position to help out. Sometimes he's playing actually an additional aggressive position, and that can pay off for him. On T side, they're mostly running defaults a lot of the time, and he gets to use his nades a lot, and he kind of has his own judgment on a few things. Connector, he gets to work by himself. At long, he took that really quick fight where he just dry peeked it, paid off, got an easy entry kill. And it seems like he's working a lot by himself. He's throwing flashes or smokes for the other team, his other teammates, but it's not like he's going in with them. He kind of, I don't want to say lurk, but he's kind of away from the primary engagement and will be kind of in a secondary squad, or he'll just be by himself. So it doesn't seem like any of his plays were flashy. He's 100% a rifler. And rifle are his two guns he's been buying. And Never Ops seems to be aware of how pistols work in a way where, I mean, he just like posted up pretty well with that 5.7 one time at Short B. And yeah, he just seems pretty consistent. It's not like his positioning is egregious. He peaks with his team. He doesn't put it himself, or he doesn't try to put himself in too many of the like clutch situations. He ended up in one, and just kind of the strat fell apart. It's kind of the reason. Yeah, he's a team player in post plant, but a solo player before the plant. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say, or have to say. I'm going to be going through probably every highest rated player of every major team that's going to be playing in this upcoming ELEAGUE Major, and I hope to finish this series before the major starts. So try to stay tuned, and I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube, so subscribe to my YouTube. It's posted right below. And yep, that's it. I'm going to go eat lunch. All right. Thanks for watching if you did.